put the cutter? There it is. Huh? My boy, you doing okay? Yeah, boy. Let's you a sandwich really quick. Yeah, the stream, that might be on my end. So, I don't know. Boy, eat this shit. Here. Want to eat? A sandwich. Come on, I'm not going to feed this to you. You can hear me? Can you see me? Cookhead, I don't know what's happening with this because it's just randomly cutting out and it's nuts. I think it's the internet and I can only get one internet provider here. I'm trying to convince another company to give me the internet, which I think I can. The weird thing is, it's like the guy literally right next to me in the hallway has what I want. And they say that my place is not like close enough. It's like it's not valid, whereas his is. And it's literally like 5 steps. It's the door next to me where I work in the building. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Here, boy, eat. Want to eat? Good boy. Eat that shit. Like it's some bullshit, so. Where is my, there it is. Got it. Shows black and cuts out, even when you, even after refreshing. Let me see if it does it with me. 1 second. Let me actually pull it up. I'm going to pull it up on my, pull it up here. This might slow me down, but it's worth it. Dashboard. Stream manager. Stream preview. Loading. Live. It says that, I mean, I can see it in mine. It's working for me. Dude, I don't know what's going on. Okay, anyway, whatever. So what did y'all talk about? And how did y'all, how did you come to have a meeting with him? has to talk to me after games because I assume no one else will. Oh, yeah. But why does... Why does he... I mean, is he trying to reach out to us? What's he doing? I'm not paranoid. I'm genuinely curious. Laura, what's up? So we're more of a challenge? Look, I mean, it depends on how does he want to help? I'm not opposed to any of that stuff. It really just depends. I mean, I don't... Like, what are the things that he's suggesting? And it's good to take advice from players who are, you know, I disagree with a lot of their, you know, what they say about strategy and such. I mean, theirs is like we play a different game. But I'm not opposed to all of that stuff. It's just, why am I drawing so bad today? Hey, Laura, are you done with that project that you were working on? And have you been streaming? Because look, I have been just out of it. I am so far off the rails. Like, I've derailed so hard just because I have so much stuff going on. I'm just like overwhelmed. So I haven't been good about catching streams. I haven't been good about even doing what I need to do in here. It's a plethora of stuff. I told them I don't think we're willing to do what it takes to do what they do. Just keep talking. I'm genuinely curious. From my part, I really don't care. With the project and the wedding and that still streaming. You are? Are you doing it on Fridays? On Fridays, okay. Look, I'll try to catch it. Just normally at that time, I'm always, you know, having to help out at home and such. It's pretty hectic these days, man, I tell you. Whew. So what does he propose? Like, what were some of the things he was saying that we should be doing to get better? That's what I thought it was. Laura, it's just like, I mean, getting in here, by the time I get in here, I've done so much. And it's just like, I am just flat. And I just don't even have time to do my own work. Really come to be elitists in our Discord and give gear advice, rotation tips, etc. It's nice of him to offer that advice if he's really wanting to help. It is like that's a nice, it's a gesture. That's not a bad thing. I do think he's, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything right now. Well, I mean, I told Miz, I said, look, like, in the very beginning, I told him, and this was when, like, BSG, all these people, you have to have a direction, and, like, you have to have an objective, right? And if your objective, if like what you want to do is be casual, then you're not going to achieve wanting to beat these people. Like, that's just not going to happen. You're not going to achieve beating them, right? It's so it really depends on what people want to do. And me personally, I can't spend my life in that game. I can't. I don't even have enough time to do this. I am doing this drawing right now because I'm out of practice. This is bad. Well, I understand. Feel stretched by everything, family and home responsibilities. Staying focused is the son of a bitch. True, Laura, and I'm obviously not saying I'm the only one going. Exactly. I mean, we had a fun talk. He was fine to talk to, but I'm a chick, so so it might be that I see what you're saying. Well, I don't have anything wrong with the guy, aside from, like, I think he was nice. He annoys me, and maybe that's more on me. I don't know him, and I'm not condemning a person, but we actually have some good players. It's just we didn't know what we're up against. And look, there's the better team. I see that. What I did read on the forums is that there's a lot of. It's not us saying this, but there's a lot of excuses being made for us, which I think is bullshit. I mean, they're saying, "Oh well, they waited to get the gear. They did this. They did." Well, so what? Oh well, they prepared. Well, so what? I mean, there's nothing wrong with preparation, but we're not saying that. It's other people saying it, and yeah. But that's okay. Look, the way that I listen, after the first game, I was upset. And after that night, I was very discouraged, but not for the reasons people might think. For me, it was because of like the first game, we weren't targeting. Like, there were 7 people. We had the comp to do that. That's when it would have worked. And half the DPS didn't do it. Literally over half didn't do it. We had about 10 people not doing it. You had about 3 of those people on stealth. The rest, we had over half the people not targeting. Well, I don't know what else I can do to get people to do that. Now, here's the other thing. We still would have lost. But I would have felt better about it, knowing that we were actually doing what we could. But I've been saying this for almost a year. I've been trying to get people to do that. I put a guide out, a literal guide, that was like, I had that out that's been out for about 2.5 months. And then I've been mentioning it leading up to the game. And I mentioned it 4 times from between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And we only had average 6 to 7, and I watched it, and I was like, I know where everybody was, and I mentioned something in between the games, and then it got better. But at that point, we went with a different comp that was half rot, half target. So we had more people on target, and we had more rot, and that had better success. My point being is that we hamstrung ourselves that first game. We still would have lost because we didn't know what we were up against. Right? And I am fine with losing. I really am, as long as like we're doing our best. and like people are following. And guess what? People were trying, and that came out. It was obvious when we were having the discussion like later. So I'm that made me feel better. I said, okay, well, as long as people are trying, that's the main thing. But that first game, and at the end of the night, I was pretty pissed off. But not because we lost. Not that. You know, it's just Coquette, like, you know, I hear you, you know, like everybody's always saying, oh, well, the damage isn't good. The damage isn't good. We need to learn the fundamentals. And if we can't do that, the damage is going to be bad. And for me, I'm very tired of all of it. I kind of don't want to even deal with it anymore because I feel like I'm just beating my head up against the wall with it. And what they're proposing, one of the things that's like BSG was saying, oh, we need to do, or they need to do arenas and this and that. And I agree with that. Like, I think arenas are good. So here's my thing. I don't want to hear people complaining about losing, which we really didn't. All right, but we can't expect to beat a team like that if we're not going to be doing the fundamentals, listening to calls, and this and that. And in our team's defense, we did an okay job. So I mean, those are my thoughts on it. But first game, we messed up. We could have done better. But the plan, it was doomed from the start because they had that rot comp, and I've never seen so much damage before. Not like that. No way. That was nuts. And people accuse them of saying, oh, well, you know, it's the patch and this and that. Well, I mean, they did the research. They wanted to win, and they wanted it more than we did. But I also think they have more time than we do because I don't have that type of time. I can't be playing all day. I mean, and I don't want to. That's not my life. So I mean, if they want to do that, it's totally fine. I'm okay with that. Look, I mean, they're the better team. You know, it's just how it is, man. Now, they're toxic as hell too. You know, I don't like that. I'm not saying that's cool, but shit, I'm toxic as well, so I can't really complain. I don't know. But we have some good players too. I mean, that's the other thing is that, like, are you still there, by the way, or am I just speaking to nobody? I can't even tell how many people are watching because everything's screwed up here. Just let me know and I'll keep going, or I'll stop because frankly, I'm trying to practice this, trying to get this thing going. Get my head back in this game. Oh, you're still there, good, okay. So like, I don't have time to do all that stuff, I just don't. But I think we need to change our strategy up and, you know, like our team fight strategy. The thing is, everybody, like, there's a few small things that we can do that would make a huge difference. That's the bottom line. My boy, let me get him a sandwich. You know, it's not like, I don't think we need to give our life up for it, but I also, here's the other thing, Coquette, it's like, we're talking about like a game. Like, I just, like, I enjoy it and I like to win, but I can't believe they take that AV so serious. This is like pre-mating. It's literally cheating against, I mean, now it's more legit wargaming. There's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, shit, this craziness kind of makes me not want to be involved in any of it because it's really creepy stuff, a lot of it. Like, I mean, I guess I can get people people being into something. And I talk about it probably too much for an art stream, but screw that. I enjoy talking about it, and it's a good escape for me. I don't know, man. It's just, I guess it's just weird to me. It's just strange how invested those guys are. Like, it's just nuts. They're fucking crazy, some of them. But if he's genuine, if he's genuine, that's a nice gesture. That's okay. You know? It is. It's a nice gesture. Boy, it's a nice gesture. You know, he doesn't need to reach out. But, you know, those guys, they're alienating themselves with how they're acting, though, and treating people, you know, on the forums. They're really, I don't know. Hey, boy. So that's another thing. They've alienated themselves, and nobody wants to play with them. And we're the only idiots who do. We're not gonna run, but here, boy, you want to eat that? See, I like the challenge, and for me, so here's the thing. For me, Coquette, and this would lose a lot of people. For my part, what did you say? Seems all right. I'd play casually with them. So, like for my part, I like going up against teams that way. I really do. I don't mind losing, as long as we're like doing our best and such. And if people, and I like that we played a second game that showed some real sportsmanship. And I don't like it when people just automatically give up, which we both know in pre-mates, because by the definition of pre-mating essentially is breaking the rules. It's people who kind of need a crutch, but not our team. And we really handled that well. I was really impressed with people sticking around for that second game. Having 30 people stick around after a stomping like that, and we got stomped, you know, that shows some real heart. I like that. That's good. Now, for me personally, I like playing people who are better than me. I really do. I really enjoy it. And it makes us better. And so for me, I would be playing them as much as I can. But we can't do that, because if we do that, our team's going to lose hard. And you're going to have some people, you know, they don't want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? You're so stealthy? What's up, buddy? Yeah, it's how we can learn, man. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's how we can learn. And look, you know, to those guys, it's fine. Like, I make fun of them for being sweaty all the time because it's fun. But if that's what they want to do, okay. Shawnamac, Grasshopper. Is it Grasshopper? I think it's Grasshopper, right? Grasshopper. Me personally, I'm done with their own group, and I'm not giving them any more time of my life. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's my point. And let me ask you, why are you done? Grasshopper, I knew it. Why are you done with them? By the way, this drawing is not going to be a good drawing. I can already, I have a drawing class tonight. I want to make a video of a certain part of the drawing. I am out of practice. I'm trying to get back in practice. Obviously, my head's not in this. Just heads up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, but Misa, why don't you? Why? I am genuine. I think I know why. Don't mistake that tone for me being like judgmental at all. I'm just curious, because I think it probably fits in with what I'm saying here. I like going up against better players. I really do. But here's the thing. It's very hard, because what it does, you're always losing. And every time I log into that game, I get my ass kicked. I don't know if y'all have done Arena recently, but we're going up against, look, I'm not a good player. I'm not. Not like a lot of these guys in there. I don't know what they're on, but it's like in Arena, we've been playing with Zerks, 2v2, we've been doing threes. Some good players too. Going up against teams that are multi-gladiators. We've come up against rank 1s. It's always 2K plus that we're coming up against. Always. Most of the time it's 2,200 rated players. We're doing this sub 1K. What the hell? Because of the toxicity. I knew it. See? I said the entire time Oka came into CES that he was a plant originally, I thought, by Ark. I think I know who that is. He came in Machiavellian style to divide and conquer and did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Yeah, and so here's the thing. Like, that's the stuff I don't like. Everything else, people kick our ass. It's good for us, to be honest with you. I don't mind. I want to beat them. I really want to beat them. But right now we're not able to. But we have a lot of things we need to work on. Me personally, I have some things, and I think our strategy was flawed from the start. Right? We didn't know. Look, they took the patch notes into account, which is what we should have done. And they stacked just an OP comp, and they have a bigger pool of players to pull from. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with any of that. That pool of players, they have it. I'm not gonna fault somebody for having a. We like keeping the group small. That's what we do. Losing isn't a thing. Ally are tough right now. We lose matches with some numbers in matches this day, and we still play because there's no toxicity. Yeah, the toxicity. People want to like relax at the end of the day. I get you. Yeah. Well, and so what's happened is that team, I think Coquette, what might be happening. Shadow Force, remind me what tune you are. Shadow Force. That's not, I remember you, I just forget the tune. Anyway. Search. And like, nobody wants to play with them. And so we're the only people who want to play, or who are willing to. And guys, I've already talked to Miz about this. We're not going to be, we'll play them again, but it's not going to be every Monday. It's, we need to keep up the morale of the team as well. I mean, you don't want to. And also, I think I'm going to try going Fire Mage some. I haven't played Mage in a while, I think. They're pretty good. But, here's the thing. We've already gotten better. I know it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, Coquette, I know. And we're not going to force anybody to. But I would just like to say everybody's already gotten better. I can already tell. It's made. And also, so here's what's happening too. I don't know if y'all have noticed this because I pay attention to this side of it more. But there's this idea that the strategy we use, the split strat. Oh, well, don't do that because that was a horrible strategy and this and that. You should, we just go and kill one group, go and kill the other group. Well, shit. Even when we're grouped up, we got melted. And there's a reason why we're doing that. And there's also a strat beyond that we couldn't get to because we're so outmatched. Oh, yeah, the mage. I like switching it up. And I had been doing a lot of arena. You got it? Did you eat? Is it on the floor? No. Eat, boy. Eat. There you go. I'm your friend. Here, ready? Got it? Hold. Got this? Here. There we go. It's good food. Look, dead. I'm going to feed him this. Yeah, I just, we needed somebody to push in and stuff, and so I switched the Paladin for a time, and it was working, so I just stuck with him. But I always fluctuate between the two. I can keep both of them geared. I can keep probably about 2 or 3 geared, but that's the limit that I have. And I'm going to try to do some arena this weekend as well. Stupid. But Miss Walker, yeah, so. Shit. ran some matches with 5 blood DKs and played a ping pong with the enemy team. Dude, that is the most annoying thing. Those blood DKs, you have to get out of the range, disarm them, all sorts of stuff. Otherwise, they're just going to heal to full, like with one. You got it? Good man. Oof, those guys. I am going slow. It's about time to play Mage again, though. I'll reactivate him. I can go Fire, Frost, or Arcane, whichever one. Probably Fire is pretty good. I like Frost, though, man. Frost is fun in AV. It really is. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, man. Another thing I see that's highly underused in AV is the gateway around certain locations. You can gateway in places that are not currently blocked all around the map. Yeah, this is true. And utility, that's something that we need to improve upon. There's a lot of things, but there's a lot of things we need to improve upon. But, so, here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of talk right now on the forums. Just let people talk, man. I would have our group just stay quiet and just let things go down. Because I really think a lot of these people are just insane. Into the both bases, yeah. That makes sense. And so you just let them talk and they'll defeat themselves, and which is kind of what's happening. Look, I mean, we don't, SPM really, look, I troll people hard on the forums, but not in like a way where I'm trying to break people down. I'm actually trying to make people laugh. I've told you all this. The problem is that I always get reported, and then they say, well, it's inflammatory what you're saying, and like, we got to protect the snowflakes here, and it's not the spirit of the game, and we want a fun and safe environment, so we're, suspending you for a month now. A month. Dude, it's not nearly as bad as a lot of the stuff that those people are just saying. Here. Ready, boy? Eat. Open. Open. Nope. Go, Who are you laughing? Ready? Eat. Eat this shit. Ready? Open your mouth. Dead. Eat. Eat. Don't spit that out. It's good as bread. This guy. Okay. Xerxes! Zero progress. Coquette. You're wrong. Don't listen to Zerx. I wouldn't let that get to you at all. I don't think it's as bad as people say, to be honest with you. I really don't. Oh, Coquette. I can tell you are defeated. We beat Alex 600 to 0, and they only got 100 off because they killed Gal while we were killing Van. Yeah. I mean, that's happened to us before, too. But I mean, just, Coquette. I don't know. Xerxes boy, Xerx, we're gonna play some Season of Mastery. Also need to do some arena, man. don't see us really ever beating them, but we can definitely make it more competitive. It's not a flawless game if they release a YouTube showing all their nastiness. They did that, didn't they, Grasshopper? Did they do that just now with us? Like, how was it nasty? I kind of, don't know how much I really paid attention to. I'm gonna go ahead and start shading, even though there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. Let's see, yeah, everything's good there. Shit. Over. They released their side of the war games, but they behaved during that unless they released a post-game trash talking party. Yeah. I mean, we talk shit about them all the time. I mean, I'm talking shit right now. So, gotta go slower, otherwise this thing rocks. Xerx, Coquette talked to, man, every time I see a shaved head girl, I get such an itch. Yeah, do you have hair right now, Louder? Because you used to have it bald. The dude rage quit the community in Discord because I said you can communicate your feelings without name calling and cursing people out. Who was that? Was that Oka, you said? Is that what happened? You're letting it grow? Cool. It was okay, yeah. Bye-bye fails and left. Cinco deleted the message trying to save face, but others saw it. Ooh, juicy drama. I like it. What else you got? Xerx, help me out. What's wrong with the proportions, Xerx? Quick. What have I taught you? Xerx tries drawing every once in a while. When I'm an old wise lady, I want to have long white hair. Dude, I bet you I'm going to have white hair by the end of the year. I am not joking. I am not joking. Change. Cheek is small. This one? Probably right. This one? Right here? This one? Which one's small? This. Cheek small. It's also cameras to the sides too. That's going to play a part. But I think you're actually, I think you're actually right. I think he's right. It's pretty funny actually. This over some. This comes over. I think he's right. That's funny. That's really funny. It's like a flawless critique. This actually comes out some. Yep. Those that can't do teach. I'm not sure I'm teaching anything right now. And I can't do it though, so. My boy! Let me give him an apple. We got it in our bag here, Dad. All right, boy. Y'all can see what he's doing, and you can see, I think, if he throws something. Let me know if he just throws it. I need to go through this footage and like see what's in here. Eat this shit. You're welcome, my boy. So we have to do some arena. Get on. Season of Discovery tonight. I have determined what's happening in your life, Lewis. My life? I'm just taking care of my dad and my mom, frankly. Both of them. That's it. And trying to get in here. This mouth is so wrong. Goose Designs, thank you, buddy. It's okay. It's like, I'm doing this because, you know, how it's like you can feel you're not in practice, your hand doesn't have that dexterity, and you're not into it, and that's why I'm doing this. But this will break me out of that break me out of that feeling. Yeah. It's just how it is, man. It's how it is, yeah. So it feels a little awkward right now. You know, the hand's not in practice, and so that's why we, you know, just got to keep on doing this. That's all. So this light shape right here to get this. Goose Designs, man. Tighten the technique up. Delark, what's up, buddy? Well, I got a few minutes. Cool, man. Thanks for stopping in. We're going to talk crap about how someone we know hasn't leveled up a stealther yet. No, you want me to do that. And that's actually not true. I actually have a rogue that I do want to play. But I don't have enough time. I want to get the mage up, and I want to keep up with the paladin. And I don't know how to play rogue, really. I haven't leveled up, but sub I've never really played before. I want to play sub. Because she does seem to be fans in a kind of odd way. They even watched our war games with DLJ and DJL, yeah, and Ruthless that one night. They probably have some decent people in there. it's a large community. It's easy to broad brush them. They probably have some very decent people in there. Maybe not, but DJL, get it right. I keep on thinking Dijon mustard for some reason every time I see this. Dijon mustard. Sorry, Goose. Yeah. Yeah, that was extremely nerdy, wasn't it? I won't try to explain it, don't worry. I'm not going to give you a headache. A lot of these guys are my friends that I play a specific game with that's totally not a nerd game. No, not at all. Every once in a while, I'll get them in here and creep everybody else out. For real, get up with me sometime, and I can have you killing people in less than 15 minutes. I'll do that. I'll take you up on that. But the problem is gearing them. I don't have a lot of time in my life. I have a Polish friend who's a sound guy. I have a list of 5 or so that I would not accept him. Not accept into AVN. The rest of them are just there for free wins. It makes sense. Not fully sure on that because if you were a decent person, why deal with the leadership there? I don't know. I've had people literally say to me that they were only there for free wins. I have a check 1, 2, a check 1, 2. Nice. That was a good. Oh, almost dropped my phone. This is such a bad draw. Okay. Let me give Dad an apple really quick. Such a bad drawing. I'll get it. I always get it. Here's the thing. Goose, what we do, we always keep this light. I haven't been with it that long, and then exercise our mind to see the proportions. Since it's light, we can change the shapes. We don't lock it in. I don't need to make it look pretty right off the bat, though. Here's the thing for streaming, it helps to keep people more entertained, so the more drastic changes, the better. Here, eat that shit. Got it? Good man. Good. So I kind of try to rush it sometimes to, make it a little bit more entertaining. I read that and had to quickly send it to someone else. Yeah, so, yeah, Serge, I don't know, man. Oh, my dad, yeah. Yeah, I bring my dad in here, and because I watch after him. He has some dementia, unfortunately, so. A lot of dementia. He's out there. That's just how it is. So I do what I do. Thank you, Grasaba. Yeah, thank you. You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. You can't put him into a home. You don't want to do that. Because they don't take care of them like we would. All right. Let's work on this cheek that Serge says needs to be fixed, which he is correct, oddly enough. That was very strange, honestly. Sometimes. Zerx, you would actually be very good at this, because I've seen, he actually did a drawing once and showed it to me, and it was based off of what I would teach here, and it was, the reason why it was good was because he was doing things that most people don't do in the very beginning, which was like learn to keep it incredibly simple. It's very hard to do. You always want to develop, follow the path and this and that, and if he kept with it and kept on doing those things, he would eventually perfect it. And that's what makes you able to get solid proportions and such. Good technique that comes over time, and so. Anyway. Yeah, here's the thing, like if I go stealth though, need somebody to lead a team fight. Stealth can't do that. I could lead the stealth team. Shit. What, the boy? Yeah, we do need one. That's so. All right, so up against a team like BSG, like single target fight, I think that would work if everybody was on it, but maybe not because they're doing so much damage. So you want to go rot comp with that, and I think we don't need to like totally destroy their team. Like we have, I think we have good strategy. You know, like we understand the map, and I think that could really help a whole lot and fill in the gaps where we might fail in the team fights. We just need to be able to hang with them just for long enough to make that make an issue for them. That's all. So we don't need to like totally be better than them in the team fight. We just need to be able to like hang with them there. But we do need somebody. The problem is we keep on having we keep on hinging things on a stealth team. We don't have the leadership to keep them moving and like to get them in the. We don't have like a strong enough team yet to do that, to capitalize on that type of strategy, and we keep on investing into it right now, which that's an issue. Art teacher, what lead is that pencil? I do. So I used to teach at the Florence Academy of Art. Currently, I just work in my studio and I live stream and I do YouTube videos, but I do teach in them, right? So I've taught before. I don't teach at a university or a school or anything. So this is a regular. This is a Staedtler, I think, and it's B. And this is the Bristol paper, which is relatively smooth. So Goose, if you, I don't know, I assume Goose Designs, you do some work yourself. What type of work do you like to do? I just stall out team fights while the tower burns. Yeah. Yeah. What, my boy? That's correct. Huh? Oh, you want this? Here. Here we go, baby. Here we go, boy. Okay. You just draw and paint, but stalled after getting into university, had too many things on your hands and went into business instead. Gotcha, okay. Cool, well, if you ever decide to get back into it, you just let me know what you want help with, and I'm obviously here. We also have a Discord channel, and I always say when I'm going live to help you out if you want, and there's some good people in there. So you're welcome to join that. So I try to make the academic teaching as accessible as possible, right? for people who can't make it to a university or one of those fancy schools, ateliers, and all that stuff. Yeah, anytime. You just let me know if there's something you want me to do a video on, because I'll do a video on it. I'm getting better at doing videos, so. This is the goal of the team fights. We don't have to wipe them, just delay them. Exactly, because we have the strategy. You are absolutely right, Delark. That's what I want to say. We don't need to like pummel them like they pummeled us. I know it feels like we don't stand a chance. I disagree. I do disagree. But we need to get a grasp on certain things, and this is how you get better. I've noticed the strategy that I was saying, targeting. I think we should drop that, and I think we need to go more rock comp, because I've been beating my head up against this wall for too long. I don't have the patience anymore for it. But also, I don't think it really would have worked, at least in this environment, right? So, and people were trying. People were trying. That became apparent in the conversations in DISC, and I'm happy about that. So I disagree that, oh well, there's no chance, we don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance right now, but there's things that we can do, and we can, small victories. One of the things I think we should be trying to do is at least see if we can hold IBGY for a longer period of time. That would actually be a big deal. We've kind of done it before. So here, I talked with Miz on that for BSG specifically. Until we can make them worry about the team fight, they won't move their south team and won't worry about stealth much. Yeah. Probably responding in terms of like what I said about the stealth, yeah. And the university was teaching too much modern art. No hate of modern art. I don't like modern art. You can say whatever shit you want about it. But it's not my thing. And I was getting lower grades because I don't understand the aesthetic of it or anything, to be quite honest. Because it's bullshit, man. All that stuff is. They dropped classical work, and look, even if you're going to go into modern art, you should know how to draw, because that's going to enhance your work, because it teaches you how to do a line, it teaches you about how to make things beautiful, right? I don't like modern art. I think modern art's like let's say the modern abstract work, which is what they push. And a lot of those teachers, and I'm broad brushing here, right? Steer, what's up, buddy? Isn't this the most modern kind of art because you are doing it right now? Yeah, but this is the good modern art. That's why I differentiated between... Siri, stop. Stupid Siri. Shut up. Anyway, like, I'll go on a rant about that. Because the thing is, they charge thousands of dollars, put people in debt, and don't give them an education. Like students, this stuff. Plus, I can't even draw a good stick figure. I can only do graphic design. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. Graphic designs, like, there's some really good graphic design out there. Anyway. Let me, no, I'll come back to that. Anyway, yeah, man, I just, they have all these, like, crazy intellectual explanations. They're thinking, oh, with expression, you know, this and that, and they you know, all of the works, they have to have, like, a plaque beside it explaining it, because they can't do it in their own work. They suck. Now, if you know how to draw and paint, and then you do abstract work, that will actually come out in the abstract work, and there's some good abstract work, but most of the stuff is bullshit. And the teachers don't know how to teach because they're pseudo-intellectuals, pretentious, and they're not talented, most of them, in universities. It's a scam, you know. It's true. I'm just calling that out. Now, there's some good people in there. There's some good artists, but it's few and far between. Because it ruined my art career. I had quit for like 10 years, and as my girls were growing, I got slowly back into it. Yeah, right? And what they do, they intimidate people out of like thinking that they can, that they know what's good and what's not. I can't tell you how many people. So we have an open studio. It's yeah, it does. We have an open studio like once a month where people off the streets will come in. We have the studios open. They visit, they talk. And a lot of them come in to my studio. They're like, you know, most of the work around this area, like, it's just horrible. And I'm like, am I missing something? Like, people don't know. Because there's so many pretentious people around that they're like, they'll judge you if you don't know something about some piece of shit art. And it all looks the same. All of it looks the same. It's not original. I'm going off about it. Anyway. And exactly, like you, for example, I'm not saying, I don't know you, but you might have had a good art career. You might have like, and you still could. It's not over. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but as a kid, a student going into it, you wanted to do that, and you didn't have that. But they would charge an arm and a leg, but they discourage people out of it. I mean, dude, that's not what's supposed to happen. It pisses me off so much. They tried to discourage me. I remember when I was actually in Italy, they discouraged me from going to the school that I ended up going to, which was the Florence Academy of Art. They said, if you do that, you're gonna lose all your expression. You know, it's not gonna help. I could draw photorealistic since the age of 15. They couldn't draw at all. They were like 50. Dumb. Damn it. Pissed. Xerx. Pissed. Right? Yeah. Because, like, look. Sometimes as a kid you know, but a lot of kids don't know. And in fact, there were a lot of people who they might go into abstract work, but like I've known some of them. Like I met some of them when I first went over to Florence. I went to a different school, and that school was very abstract, like what we're talking about. And the people, some of my friends, you know, the kids there, they were like kind of really into abstract. But then I started kind of doing this type of work, and they really liked that, and I got some of them into it because they had never been, this is so off. How did I not, what the fuck am I doing? Anyway, like they hadn't been exposed to it, right? They hadn't been exposed to this stuff. So that's just, it's the teacher's job to kind of guide them on the right path. And I just find it so intellectually lazy, some of the arguments that people have for not doing like work. It's just subpar, it's very mediocre, which is also, what? It's more fuel for why I do what I do. This type of stuff, you know. I try to combat that every day. And look, I'm all about like expression, but if you're gonna be able to express yourself, you have to know the language to do that, right? You have to first learn the language. And that's how it is. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. This is not good. Focus. Focus. So this right here, I always make comparisons. For me, this is what I understand the most is drawing, painting. To my eye, this looks so incredibly horrible right now and the proportions are off. But I know from experience that I can still move everything around and fix and correct it. It just requires a degree of mental focus that I'll have to work towards, but once I get it, it will pay off. And you can, some days you have it, some days you don't, right? So that's what keeps me going with this. And I apply that to, this sounds really nerdy, I apply it to the game as well, right? It's kind of like you feel very discouraged, like we got our asses kicked, right? But there's certain fundamentals that you can work on, certain things that we can do that are going to have a huge payoff, and it'd be shocking how big. Sometimes it's very simple. It's not that we need to be rank ones or anything like that. It's not that. Just like small little pivots that we do. So I'm going to try to achieve that in this right now, and I might fail, I might not, but we will see. And Goose, if you're still there, I do oil painting, a lot of oil painting. And the reason why I'm doing this right here is to get back into practice, but it also helps my oil painting. It gets my mind into it, right? And obviously you have to study oil painting and, spend a lot of time in it. But this is the bread and butter right here of the work, this type of pencil drawing. So I'm making a lot of mistakes right now, but what I'm doing, I'm using this as a learning experience. I'm not trying to do this, just put it on the fridge so I have a nice drawing. I have plenty of drawings, it's not a big deal. And if this doesn't work, so what? I can either trash the paper or I can start over, I can erase it, or I can do a drawing right next to it, but it gets up in here. And so there's benefit behind it. The key is not getting discouraged. The second you get discouraged and let that stick, everybody gets discouraged, but when you let that stuff stick, that's when shit starts going down. I know that firsthand experience, that's why I'm saying it. It's something you have to struggle with. So this type of stuff, it brings you through this mental process, because right now I've messed up on so many things. The nose looks horrible, horrible. But I'm not just looking at the one piece, I'm looking at the entire shapes and stuff. The big shapes need to be correct and they're not, so. Yeah. I'll teach you a process of drawing, man, if you're interested. This is the academic style of working. The mouth is too big, by the way. I know. It's a pain in the ass. It would be nice to just get it off the first try. I know. It'd be very nice. There's some days where I just get it, and there's some days like today where it's just not there. But that's okay. That's okay, right? The thing that just keeps on going through my head, and I'm being dead serious, is don't be a pussy, because I can tend to be that way. I tend to sometimes I'm like, I don't like this, and then I'm just, fuck. Sometimes you just gotta power through it. You need to break the habit, because there's a hesitation when it's going so well to continue. And that's one of the things you'll have to get through. Like, everybody has their own things they have to improve upon, right? And that's yours. Yeah, I know. Yep. Shit, battery's low. Let me plug this in really quick. This is perfect. How are you doing? You doing good, boy? Yeah, baby? You doing good? Yeah, that's right. It's doing good, shit. This over here. Sure. to stream too much longer. What time is it? It's 2:40. What time it started? How long has this been going on? It's been going on for about an hour 10.